Check. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee Delta Mike 06. Well, here at DMO 7 station, good evening, K6USY.
Good evening, K6USY, WD6JNT. Yeah, like I say, for DMO 7, the hardware, we're in a 2,000-foot granite hole.
Very good. Yeah, I hear you in there, but somebody else was transmitting at the same time. So this is my same 432 antenna, but now at a slightly higher elevation on my roof. So sounds like it made a slight difference because I can hear you now.
Okay, well, what city are you in?
Okay, go again. Somebody else keeps keying. WB6 ISO keeps keying up on top of you.
Okay, what's your city?
Yeah, I'm down here in Fresno.
Okay, let me chatter and let me see if I can get a little more antenna.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm just, I put up a 220 antenna, and to make room for the 220 antenna, I had to put the 432 antenna up higher, oh darn. So if that made improvements, then that's a good thing.
Okay, well that's actually, it's odd for me to be able to keep on the signal, like I say, living in a bowl up here, but definitely came up.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you're definitely making it down here to the valley. I usually, I think I've heard you in there before, but this is probably the first time I've been able to actually have a QSO with you.
Yeah, handle here is Dane Delta Alpha November Echo, and like I was talking with Mike years ago, I go, we've only been playing the weak signal game since someplace around 1964.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I looked you up on the Bozo Net website. Yeah, you're 107, so you've been around for a while.
Well, actually, I think I've been around longer than that number would indicate. These had another number that was up higher, and then they had some low numbers open up, and I guess wanted to compress things. And, most of my mentors were people like John Chambers, W6NLV, who did all the California to Hawaii work on CC20 and 432 back in the late 50s. So, yeah, those were people that I used to work on a regular basis. They're like right around the corner from me.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a lot of cool work that's been done in this space. Yeah, I'm 37 years old. I've been licensed for 20 years, but I'm still on the younger side. But yeah, it's always neat to hear all the stuff that people are able to do with the weak signal stuff, and a lot of the people that just hang out on FM just don't understand all the fun stuff that you can do down on sideband.
Well, I worked with a guy the other day when I was down in where was it, San Dimas, California, and he had apparently been active for many years, but never got on sideband. So I worked him on 144-200, and told him about the Bozo Net, and he is now number 1166. So, yeah, we try to recruit people whenever we can.
Oh, most definitely. Very good. How much power are you running on this band?
Presently 50 watts.
Okay. Yeah, just trying to gauge. I'm running 75 because I'm on a, I'm on a 9700, and I am non-directional. So this is two M squared 432 hoe loops, about 6 feet off of my roof, and I'm in West Fresno.
Okay, well you're doing really well. Like I said, being living where I do, one of the disadvantages is, like I said, it's a 200 feet, 1 mile across granite gold. But the other thing is it's very quiet, so I don't get a lot of the terrestrial noise that other people get. So I can work somebody like right at the noise level. And unfortunately, my job is like down the road from me, I think about 19 miles. He gets a lot of interference from that from Beale Air Force Base, and every so often I can hear them, but it's just one of the things. Presently, I'm running a 11-element Fishcraft loop set antenna, and I've actually got an M squared 6-way one in the garage, but haven't got it assembled yet, and eventually it'll go on a as-over-L system, only because you get some diffraction going over the top of the mountain.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, according to QRZ, you're about 35 miles away from me, and yeah, I see where you are. You're kind of halfway between me and Mike.
That sounds about right, because I thought I had the antenna peaked on Mike, but it's hard to say. It's interesting, 2 meters recently, I normally can hear the capacity beacon, but it's literally, it comes and goes, but with the moisture in the air and all that, 2 meters has been rather productive recently, and I've been able to pick up the 2 meter beacon. I haven't actually listened to the 432 beacon yet.
Yeah, sometimes the THB beacon comes in strong, and other times it doesn't. It just kind of depends on conditions. On 2 meters, I only have a single hoe loop, so not as much gain, but it's all good. I don't have room for rotors or any of that stuff at the moment, so maybe someday. But alrighty, well, I'm going to stand by here. Mike should be wandering into the shack. He might even be sitting there listening to us. But WB6JNP from Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee DMO 6 will be standing by for the net.
Okay, very good. Yeah, we run a 9-element M squared 2 meter antenna, and then, like I said, it'll go on the as-over-L system. I live in a community where they made a mistake. They said you can have a TV antenna as long as it's not more than 12 foot off the roof. I'm a
Good evening.
I hook up my coax to a TV set, I get pictures, so therefore they must be TV antennas.
Hi. Hi, Mike. Yeah, I was talking to WB6JNP up there at Core School. I know you're pointed the other direction, but now that my 432 antenna is up a little bit higher, I can hear him. But good evening. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Good evening, Aaron, and I also hear Dane in there. Dane's a little weak off the backside, but I got you, Dane. You're checked in. Hopefully you can stick around till I get turned around here. Anyway, good evening all, and I don't know how many we're going to have in here tonight, but it'll be interesting to see. We had a pretty good showing last night. I think we had 41 or more on 2 meters. And it was a weird day today. It was supposed to be sunny all day, and it didn't get sunny until 11, and then it was marginal. By the time it was 1 o'clock, it was pretty nice. From 1 to 3:30, it was pretty nice out there. Otherwise, I was going to go work at that point, and I got a long phone call. I was on the phone for an hour and a half with the Valley Center for the Blind, and I never got a damn thing done today. Over.
Oh, very good. Well, sometimes you get distracted.
Yeah. Good evening, Dane. Anything pertinent before we wait for you to come around, before I come around, over?
Nothing. We'll just sit back and NYC. C107.
Gotcha. Okay, 107. See you when we get around that way.
KJ6GYO 1009.
1009. Good evening, Ron. Good signal.
Thank you. My alarm was going off to tell me to come over here to 432.
And you're even a little bit early. I'm a couple of minutes early here. We haven't got dinner yet. And Matt's fixing some nice dinner, but it's a chicken enchilada, but he didn't get it in the oven until about quarter after, so we'll be eating after the net here.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf 971.
Yeah, and you're probably a little bit warmer in the shack, but not much, huh, Dave?
No, it's cold. Of course, I'm not 100% yet either, so. Oh, man. Painful day.
You must have got sun up there earlier than I did, though, didn't you?
Yeah, we got a little bit, but it's still cold right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be much, much nicer tomorrow, so it's supposed to be 70 degrees here tomorrow, so we'll see. It could be. It could get there, but I think it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon before it hits 70. Hopefully it'll clear up earlier in the morning. Right now it's clear as a bell out there. I went outside and I was looking through the trees, and I kept seeing these lights behind my. When I can see anything through my redwoods, there's something, and the stars are so bright they're actually peeping through the redwood trees here. So it's really clear here at the moment.
Oh, that's cool. But it'll fog up in the middle of the night again, I guarantee it.
Well, thanks so much for your for your encouragement.
Okay. It's going to get warmer and the ground's going to be cold. It's going to have to do something.
All right. All right. Well, let's see. K6 VBG, we got WB6JNP, we got 1100. Brittany in the background, and we got 1079. And who else do we have in here this evening?
AA6S.
Alpha 6 Sugar. You must be pointed away from me. You're only 100 dB over 9.
The amplifier hadn't kicked on yet, Mike. AA6S 800. I just turned it on. I was looking at the computer and looking at my watch. And, oh, man, I better get in here. Anyway, I was here.
Yeah, she is here.
KE6SR 1042.
Okay. I heard you, but I didn't get the number. Who checked in underneath Bill there? Go ahead.
KE6VON 1040.
Yeah, KE6VON. There's the man. Boy, that log splitter works good. It worked beautifully. Rob and I split every single log that I could find on my property around the chicken pen and anywhere else in that general area. We split every single one, and she never haltered one time, never even staggered. I didn't even have to bring the throttle up, just above idle, and we had a real good day. So thank you so much for doing such a good job on it. It just works like a dream, over.
Well, that is best news I could hear. I'm happy it's worked good. Glad you're happy with it.
I haven't fired up the chainsaw yet, but I'm getting to that. I'll probably get to that tomorrow. I didn't get to a lot of stuff that I was going to do today. We had, a lot of log splitting, but in the process, the logs that sit there so long that their bark had released. So I got a huge pile of bark, which I'm going to pick up and take down to the burning pile. I could burn the bark, but a lot of times the bark is infested with termites and other stuff, so I think I'm going to just take it down to the burn pile and burn it. I've got so much wood, I don't really need that many more BTUs, over.
KM6SR, number 432.
A firm. Well,
Yeah, sometimes the bark's best to just dispose of it that way, but very good. All right, well, let me know. Hopefully shouldn't have any problems with the saw, and if you do, let me know. So, all right, I'll let you guys get at it. I'm going to go back in the house where it's warm. I just ran up here to do a check-in, and I'm going to go back inside. KE6VON.
Okay, again, thanks so much for bringing it up, too. That was a special bonus. Appreciate that. Helped save us some time going down there, but not that we would have minded the trip, but it was helpful to have it here a day early. So Rob and I could get right after it, and boy, we did. We chainsawed our little brains out, didn't we, Rob? I'm not chainsawed, but log split.
Roger, are you hearing me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it took me 4 times to check in. I feel like Aaron, over.
Oh, I heard you.
The first time?
Well, the first time you didn't actually push the mic button, so I couldn't hear you. And the second time you didn't have the antenna connected, so I didn't hear you that time. The third time I actually heard you, but you were covered up.
Okay, all right, whatever. So back to net.
Here we are, AA6S. What's going down there halfway to Bakersfield?
Yeah, not very much. AA6S 800, and good evening there, Rob. You're loud and clear, 2030 over 9. Smoking in, and nothing going on here. Just wait and see if Mike AAJ shows up. Tell him I got ambitious and took a transformer off a chassis for him. I got a 220 converter he wanted to hook up. They were built, I don't know who made them. I got them someplace up above Bakersfield on a deal I saw on the computer one time, on eBay. Everything from 6 meters up to 432. The most beautiful construction of anything I've ever seen. And there's a paper in them, each one of them with a schematic and the whole bit. I've had them for years. So anyway, I gave a couple of them to Mike, but he wanted the 222 one, so I found it up in the attic there. But they were absolutely QST quality, like the guys that make them at QST. That's what it looks like. It was a magazine article. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. K6 MYC AA6S in the group.
Yeah, the only thing I missed or wasn't clear on, you're talking about transverters?
No, they're just receive converters.
Oh, receive converters, okay. I thought you said transformers, and that's why I thought, what the hell is he talking about, transformers? I guess I didn't hear receive transverters, receive converters or something. Somehow I translated that to transformers. Anyway, maybe, so which one does Mike have now?
He's got the 1296 one and something else. The reason I said transformer, he's got to make a power supply for him. He's not getting my power supply. I found a transformer for him. It's the correct voltage and a choke and everything. And the transverters, now you got me screwed up. The converters are beautiful, and the 1296 one's got a pair of 417As in it for the IF, and no preamp or anything back then, needless to say. But they're beautifully built. I mean, they got all APC trimmers and everything in them, and it's all shielded and the whole bit. Anybody that looks at one knows it wasn't made in a junk farm there. Go ahead.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds interesting, and it sounds like a piece of history there with the 417s in the final. Anybody under 50 on this net wouldn't even know what a 417 is, and half the guys over 50 don't know.
And how about the 416Bs? I never could afford one, but that's what I wanted. I built a 417A preamp for my brothers when we used to listen to LAFM, remote tuned with a DC motor up on the antennas. It was phantom fed with up the cable with a power transformer up there backwards, back up to the high voltage on the filaments. But anyway, that was a long time ago when I was in high school. Go
when Christ was a kid, huh?
Maybe even before that, Mike.
Okay.
WA6AJ 727.
There's the man. Go ahead, Mike.
Yep, just checking in. Was waiting for you guys to give me a unkey delay there, so I'm checking in.
Well, you got two of the fastest guys on the mic switch talking. You don't have a chance, do you?
No, that's why you got to be very, very patient.
I got your parts, Mike.
10-4, I heard.
Yeah, go ahead. WB6 ISO, loud and clear, and vice A6S 800. QSL, back to anybody else. Maybe Rob's coughing in there. Are you coughing, Rob or Mike?
I can tell he's in there, but I couldn't tell who it was. He's too weak off the back, so just tell him we'll be up that way in a little while. Ask him if he has any check-ins to relay, otherwise we'll make him stand by.
A while there, WB6 ISO, A6S. Back to net, A6S.
Alrighty.
KC5DTU 712.
There he is. There's the man, KC5DTU. Good evening, Kerry. Boy, we were so busy today, we never even got to the blog that we were going to listen to last night. But Judy didn't want to start listening to political blogs at 10:30 when we finally got it in the shack or in the bedroom. So we put it off till today, and we got so busy this morning we didn't get to it. So maybe tonight or tomorrow we'll get caught up a little bit. I guess there's 2 or 3 X-22s and some others waiting over.
Roger, roger. Well, you'll lend your arm as always, I'm sure. But other than that, hope things are good up on the hill there. And good evening to Judy also, if she's in the shack.
Well, she isn't in the shack right now. She's still helping Matt with getting dinner ready. We had chicken that we didn't eat last week. A roasted chicken that he brought home from somewhere, and he tore it all apart today and made chicken enchiladas out of it, but I think they're making the rest of the condiments there. And so since it's just around the corner, I said, no, just stay in there and help Matt. They were in the middle of a good conversation. So she's not here. She will be here before the end of the net, probably, but we haven't had dinner yet. Over.
Roger. Okay. And everyone else out there on the net, KC5DTU.
Good evening, Kerry. KC5DTU, KM6SR. And good evening, Mike. I tried to answer you earlier and I picked up the wrong mic.
See, that's why we didn't hear you on the first 2 check-ins. That was one of the things I left out, Rob. First of all, you didn't have the right mic. You talked into the 2-meter mic.
Yeah, okay. Well, I saw my screen go.
Go ahead, Mike.
Good evening, Rob and Kerry. Everybody's sounding good tonight.
Well, I wish we had Frank in here another night with no Frank. My God, this man. I was going to call him this morning, and I got so wrapped up in other calls, and then at the end of the day, I ended up an hour and a half on the phone with just one Valley Center for the Blind with lots of questions, trying to give us some aid with the glaucoma here, or aid to see, or aid to function with a half-blind person here. Anyway, I never did call Frank, so I don't know whether it sounds like he's not checking in here again tonight. Has anybody heard the beacons on lately?
I haven't heard any beacons. K6USY.
Maybe somebody could run up to 432, 275 and see if the beacon is on.
I just checked. It's not up on this band, and I haven't heard any of the other ones. K6USY.
Okay, well, maybe it's all down. Maybe he's still having some DC problems there with the solar system.
The only problem you got with the solar systems right now is no solar, no sun.
Well, we had sun for 3 hours today. What do you want?
Yeah, a lot more than that. Yeah, I saw it too. I was putting out power, but it didn't last that long. And hello to AAJ Michael here. Back to net, AA6S. I forgot to say hello to Rob and Carrie. Anyway, both coming in good here. AA6S.
N6RO, early check-in, please.
Boy, off the backside, and you're crushing me good. Early check-in will take you. N6RO 835. Anything new?
Yeah, K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. Temperature range, 34 up to 51. And dinner so far is a Caesar chicken salad. I'm going to have leftover spaghetti later on. And speaking of transverters and transformers, we're back on 222. I think I mentioned that. Anyway, I got several commitments to do in the next hour, and we'll see you on Sunday in 6RO.
Yeah, go to it. I think you've got some meetings and Zooms and stuff. Okay. And we'll see you Sunday night for sure. Good to hear you tonight. Very good, strong signal off the backside even. So I'm still pointed south, kind of keeping an ear out for KB6RQU, but we've been so busy here. I haven't called him specifically, but usually he squeezes his way in here. Thanks, Ken, 73. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Did you have a contest this weekend?
No, not a serious one. There's a rookie roundup, for new contesters that I might listen in on and give them a cue or something.
Okay. I got to tell you the joke that we just heard on the air. Everybody will get a kick out of this. Everybody's familiar with Fani Willis. She was the DA that was going to take Trump to court down there in Georgia for his election interference, and then she got caught having the affair with the guy that was going to be the lawyer for the prosecution. Anyway, they canceled her system, her case, and taken her off the case, but she's appealing it, and she's going to sleep with the other two judges to see if she can get back on. Over.
Okay. Boy, the antics in Washington are really peaking up there. The battle of the billionaires.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. All right. Have a good one. We'll see you Sunday night, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC.
Sunday night.
Well, you're loud and I tell you, Ken, AA6S.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. You too.
Well, let's see. KB6RQU and Lake Isabella. We're pointed at you. Where are you there, Rick? KB6RQU, K6MYC. Boy, you're going to have to make a call to him, Rob, and see if he's still alive down there.
Okay, I guess I have to.
We'll stand by for your answer. It'll probably be a ringing and leave a message. Even if he has a cell phone. Anyway, I don't hear anybody else, so I guess we should swing it around. We're not going to get to Tascadero, so I think it's time to go over towards Santa Cruz and talk to the boys over that way. So here we go, okay, K6MYC swinging towards Santa Cruz.
K6MYC, okay, I hear you, Mike.
Boy, you're loud. I'm pointed toward, I'm pointed down south, Fred. Good to hear you. Let me get the antenna up your way. It's going to take a second here. I'm rotating 160, 170, 180, 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270. That should be getting close, Fred.
That's really good, Mike. You're really strong. I can't believe you're pointed down south and I could hear you. No problem.
Yeah. how about that? Anyway, good to hear you. And I'm going to check and see if Tom was in here, but good to hear you. And if you've got anything, let us know. We don't have to rush tonight. I think we're not going to have a huge net, but 432 looks pretty good so far. We got about 11 check-ins so far, so we aren't doing too bad considering we haven't even pointed toward you guys yet. KD6SOK in Cupertino. And let's see if anybody else can hear Fred in Cupertino tonight. Go ahead, Fred, make a transmission, and we'll find out if anybody down here is hearing you with such good conditions. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Yeah, maybe Ken's down there, OIB, or Mike. The conditions are excellent on 432 tonight. They're really, really good. So propagation's excellent, and the band is very quiet. So it's the noise floor is very low. It's excellent. So anyway, I'm here up there in Cupertino, KD6SOK. If anybody can hear me, I'll stand by. KD6SOK.
26 is here, WA60IB.
Hey, go ahead, Ken. You double with him a little bit. Are you hearing Fred up there? Go ahead, Ken.
Hey there, there's Dennis in there. No, I'm hearing Fred just fine, and he said go ahead, so I did. I didn't double with him that I know of. All right, I'm here, WA60IB. How you doing up there?
I'm doing okay, Ken. WA6OIB, KD6SOK. Good signal up here tonight. It's cold, it's chilly, so I just turned on the heater. It's going to be a freezing night again. But you sound great. You sound really good signal up here.
Well, thank you, Fred. You're doing fine here. Good S9 plus, so no problem with your signal either, over.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Ken. And anyway, happy holidays there. And I'll turn it back over to Mike. Back to you, Mike.
Dennis is calling into there, Fred.
Okay, Dennis, I am having a hard time pulling you out of the noise. I know your signal's there. I know it's you, but I can't quite make out what you're saying. But it's probably the problem on my end, or I don't know where Dennis is located, but not quite hearing him as well as Ken or Mike.
Rio Linda, Fred.
You said, did you say Rio Linda?
Yeah, near Sacramento. Rio Linda near Sacramento.
Okay, because I'm pointed down south.
I know you are. Go ahead and point toward Dennis and say hello to him there. I can hear him, but I can't copy him.
I can't point towards him. I'm fixed over here, unfortunately, on this band.
Okay, Ken, tell Dennis he's fixed. He can't rotate.
Okay, WB6ISO, WA6OIB. Fred is fixed. He can't rotate, so he's not able to copy you there, Dennis. Okay, well, Dennis says you're 5'6" to 5'7" there, Fred. So you're splattering up there, too.
Well, thank you, Ken. Yeah, I can hear him this time. We must be getting a reflection off Mount Amanam or Lower Parida or something like that. That's really weird. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. All right, thanks, Dennis, and thank you, Ken, and thank you, Mike.
Merry Christmas up there, Fred.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, guys. It's almost Christmas.
We'll have the net on 1296 on Christmas Eve. In case you want to check in, you can. I am done with all my commitments for Christmas, so we'll be there. And if people check in, all the better. But it's not an official. Well, we can call it an official net. I'll keep track of those who check in. And the same thing for Christmas night, 2 meters on Christmas night. But I know you won't be checking into that one, Fred. But maybe we'll hear you on Christmas Eve if you're not going to a party or something. Over.
Yeah, I'll try. I might go to my sister's house, but in Los Gatos, so I'll see.
Yeah, no problem. If you're home, you're home. No worries. Okay, let's see, who else do we have? Let me see if Tom is hearing me. Tom, can you hear me pointed toward Fred? KW6S, K6MYC.
KW6S. 610.
Yeah, 610. Give me some more chatter, and I'll get on you. You're pretty weak pointed toward Fred there. KW6S, 610. K6MYC. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I was kind of surprised here. I was hearing K6USY really strong before the net. And he surprisingly was peaking up quite a bit south of where I usually find you. And but coming in real strong, and he said he's moved his antenna. But I didn't see in my log. I have worked him before on 432. Anyway, things are a beautiful day here, and working on an antenna to track down my noise when it comes back. It's been gone the last 2 nights, and we'll see. Maybe the fact that I have a direction finding, noise finding antenna will make sure there's no noise for a while. K6MYC, KW6S.
Wow, funny band. You just took a big fade right in the middle of it. Lost 3 words, and you came roaring back. I don't know what that was all about. I copied everything. Okay, anybody else hearing Tom? You want to say hello to Tom in Santa Cruz? Call now, K6MYC.
How you doing over there, Tom?
That's interesting that he was hearing me before the net. I wonder if he can point his antenna towards Fresno and see if he can hear me. I'm kind of curious how this antenna is doing now that it's up a little bit higher.
As normal here, and hope things are going well for you down there these days.
Down to you, Ken.
Yeah, you were stepped on there. Try that again, Tom. Okay. Well, I'm doing the best I can. Yeah. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm working on the bench a little bit after the surgery and standing up as long as I can, and hopefully things are going well for you down there. WA60IB, KW6S. Yeah, very good. Yeah, we're doing fine here, mostly. I'm doing okay anyway. Yeah. Well, good to hear you, and you're recovering nicely. That's good. Always good to hear that. Sometimes we heal up a little slower as we get along, but you're such a young kid. You're not having any problem there, right? No. Just as you, I think we're the same age, so we're just kicking around here. Yeah, some many years ago, like 40 years ago, I fell down and broke my ankle on the way to look at a motorcycle to buy. And the next day with the cast on my ankle and laying there on the couch, I thought, I break so easy and heal so slow, maybe the motorcycle is not a good idea.
It's always nice to have some time to think about those bad decisions, isn't it?
Poor Chopper for a while, and I gave that up. I don't think I even had it a year. And I decided that motorcycle riding was not for me because too many people were aiming at me. So I got paranoid and got into a little bigger vehicle. Not much bigger. I've started buying those little backed up Porsches. I had several of those, but not a lot bigger, but a little more metal surrounding you there. So anyway, have a very, very happy New Year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And of course, Happy New Year too. But anyway, I don't know if we'll talk to you before then or not, but I'm in and out quite a bit. But it was sure good to hear you tonight. KW6S, WA60IB.
Yeah, okay, Ken. Yeah, I had a 45 and a 125. I think that was called a Hummer, two-stroke Harley. But mostly I think I had a 441 Sixes yesterday, and then I had two Triumphs and an Italian bike that was always trying to kill you. So I went through all of those, but the last one that
I was going to look at decided that was, as Mike broke in and said, it gives you a chance to think about those bad decisions. Okay, WA60IB, back to you, Mike.
Okay, well, listen up, Tom. We're going to shoot it down to K6 USY. He's copying you, I think, pretty well. So, Aaron, go ahead and give him a call.
Well, I think he turned his antenna because right now I'm only hearing him on your system, Mike. But he mentioned that he was hearing me before the net, so I was wondering if he can move his antenna around and find me. KW6S from Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. Over.
K6 USY, KW6S, Charlie Mike 96, 610. Yeah, I'm hearing you pretty well. It doesn't seem to matter too much on you where I point my antenna in the general direction there. This is at about 8 or about 100 degrees, and Mike is usually at about 85, and I would expect you to be a lot closer than that. K6 USY, KW6S.
Very good, Tom. Yeah, I'm not hearing you too well on my station, but I can hear you coming in through Mike's receiver. I'm always listening during the nets. I'm always listening to both radios in real time, so I have the advantage of doing that because I'm running the stream. But that's good that you're hearing me. I did put the antenna up a little bit higher to accommodate my 222 antenna because I added another band and I got a transverter coming. So, alrighty, we'll catch you later. KW6S, K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Yeah, and he is south of me. He's way down in South Fresno, Tom. So you should have to point 5 or 10 degrees, maybe more, to the southeast.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I am pointed a bit. Actually, I'm pointed about 80, or about 95 degrees now, and that seemed to be a pretty good spot. If you get too far south of Fresno, you get down where I was. So we'll see. Yeah, I looked on my log and I worked K6USY in. I bet that was that's too late in the month. But in 2023, in June of 2023. So we have made the trip before. K6USY, KW6S. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, let me ask. I can't remember, and I'm surprised if you're running a whole loop. But what's the antenna there, Aaron?
Two whole loops, and the only difference now is there's a set of 222 whole loops underneath the antenna. So so now it's up about 4.5 feet up higher off the roof. And yes, I remember working Tom, and I got him in the log, but I was just I was intrigued that he said he was hearing me earlier when I was talking to Dane. So very good. K6USY.
And that's another reason he is running a pair of whole loops stacked above the 220s that he just put up. So maybe one of these days you work him on 220. After the first of the year, the 220 transverter should come in, Tom. So we'll have a newbie here on 222. KW6S, and then we'll move on, K6MYC, unless there's somebody else for Tom. Nothing heard?
Nothing heard here. I will catch you Sunday night, and we'll keep the party going. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, did you get Lee's comments last night on his Quaggy repair?
Yeah. He said he was going to change the drift element and reflector to a diamond shape. Real pleased with a lot of people that have gone off script on the Quaggies. So I think I advised him to build it just like by the book, and which he did. And but for some reason he thinks that the diamond format will be better. I think that's so he can put a horizontal piece in, and I never like to put a insulator thing for high point of the loop. Anyway, we'll wait and see how it works. Maybe it'll work better. K6MYC, KW.
it doesn't work any better, but it gives you some support. You can run the feed line down the vertical support for the loop when you have it in the diamond configuration. That's mainly the advantage. Otherwise, there's no difference. Tom, over.
What it does though is you have a horizontal. Usually it's done to get a horizontal element in there from the boom, and that's right at the high impedance point. And most of those I've seen don't really have too much of an insulator except the wood stick.
Oh, I don't know what he's using for the sticks for the quad loop, but I think it's an insulating material. I don't think he's using metal to support the wires, so it wouldn't bother him either way. And so I don't think he's got any metal back there in the quad loop areas.
No, I don't think he does either. It always makes me. It's kind of like putting an insulator at the end of a dipole at VHF. So it kind of bothers me a little bit.
Well, you're really not doing anything except rotating the wire eighth of a wavelength. That's all you're doing is rotating the wire eighth of a wavelength and then fixing it back to horizontal polarity by putting it back in the diamond configuration. Over.
Well, not really, because the way that people usually build the quad element is there's just a vertical element, and then the wire gets bent with the corners out there, and there's no horizontal insulating material in there. My dad did that. The birds kept bending it over, so he put a horizontal one in it, and it never really worked right after that. So he may have done other things to it. I don't really remember, but it never quite worked the same after he put it back up. So I've been reluctant to put an element because there's a high impedance point right midway in the vertical when it's square, and well, I guess when it's a diamond as well. And I don't like to put wood or anything else around it.
No, it's not a high impedance point. Well, there is, sort of. You're talking about the corners, a quarter wave away from the feed point?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't think that anything would bother that. Quad loop is so low on impedance, it could not possibly have been the reason your dad had trouble.
Yeah, well, when I got to see his work sometime, there was usually plenty of little areas to worry about.
He must have made other changes that caused it not to work, because that just can't have anything to do with it. Anyway, not to worry. He's got it that way, and I think it'll be okay, and we'll see what happens.
I had to get out of the shop there and break up, but that one was really crude, and I couldn't even imagine that one working. But he did some pretty innovative work. He had a pair of 24-foot long KLM 2-meter antennas that he had stacked, and you could go out to the tower and pull on a rope, and they would flip either horizontal or vertical.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be good. On a cross boom?
Yeah, and he used some big truck universal joint for the pivot up there.
Yeah, that would work. You need something pretty substantial, because that's some pretty big antennas out there at 8 feet either side of center.
Yeah, probably, my guess with him, it was probably a water pipe boom.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see. Lee will not be in here tonight. He said he wouldn't have it ready, but he thinks he'll have it ready next week, so there you are. He has it fixed, but he hasn't got it up. Well, here we go into the Bay Area. 7-3 for now, Tom. KW6S and the group, K6MYC, going a little bit north.
Hello, this is Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Yeah, K6WIS. Good evening, Paul. Good signal on the bounce path. Go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. This is Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar, Placerville Foothills. You're 5-4 to 5-5 here, and good signals. I was listening into your QSO with Tom there. I could only hear Tom on the live stream, but you're coming in pretty good, even though you're pointed a little bit south towards Santa Cruz there. But anyway, I'm just checking in. I don't have any relays, so if you could just check me in, number 637, over.
Yeah, I got you checked in, and I moved the antenna a little bit, and it brought you up quite nice. So very, very strong signal on the bounce path this evening. I'm surprised I don't hear John, KR6MR, on this path. I don't know if he's tried it on 432. He said he tried the 1296. We worked him one night on the 1296 path this way. On 1296 on this path, I should say. And it worked pretty well, but last week he said he listened and he didn't hear me at all. He could just tell I was in there. But I'm surprised he hasn't tried it on 432 here. He's decent on 432 on the direct path, but way down from his 2-meter system. Anyway, good evening to you, Paul. Merry Christmas. If we don't catch you somehow Sunday night, otherwise we'll see you Sunday night and we'll have time. And I will be on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day evening, so we'll be on in case you happen to want to check in and say hello to us and wish everybody Merry Christmas on the actual day of it, of Christmas. Hi. K6 Whiskey India Sugar 73, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, this is K6WIS. Yeah, I'll take you up on that and maybe give you a shout out.
And WB6WNI.
So 73 is K6WIS clear.
Okay. Look forward to it, Paul. I hear Carl in there. Not Carl. What's the matter with me? Scary. WB6WNI, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Thanks, Mike. Yes, we were just finishing dinner. You also have JNN in there. You have equaled, not at the moment, but you equaled your strength on 2 meters. You hit S9, a world record. Anyway, I just wanted to congratulate you on such a fine signal. But then I know there's several others here, and I got to do dishes, but I will try to get on Christmas Day. If I don't, Merry Christmas to you and Judy. WB6WNI1090.
Yeah, Roger. Very good, Gary. Nice signal. Did you raise the 432 antenna?
I have not. It's just one of those nights. Mike.
Yeah, it must be. No, you're doing very well. That's the best I've ever heard you on this band. I'm trying to jam a little dinner in while we're talking here. Anyway, thanks, Gary, for checking in here early before dinner. I have dinner in front of me, so I'm trying to push a little down. It's very delicious. A chicken enchilada and a nice salad, so there we go. Anyway, let's see if we got some others from the Bay Area here. K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming right into the Bay Area.
And 5MPD 1129.
WB6JNN and KB6WFC. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, got 4 of you here. 1129, Brett, hang on a second. We'll be right with you. Let's get 775 in here, 285 in here, and 1296 in here. So let's see if I can hear 775 first. How about it? I may not be pointed quite far enough north for you, but let's see what happens, Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC, over.
Mr. Daly City, are you copying Mikey?
Negative. Not on the radio anyway.
I hear him, but he's watery.
Daly City?
Yeah, I hear him.
Okay, here's you, Mike, so guess it's one way, huh?
I got him. And I think if I move the antenna a little bit, he may copy me. Anyway, good evening, Mike. And not as strong as you were on 1296 or 2 meters, either one the other night. So I don't know what happened to 432 here. Everybody else is pounding in. Anyway, thanks for calling in, Mike, and of course, Merry Christmas to you. We'll see you Sunday night, of course. We will be on Christmas night and Christmas Eve, in case you want to check in at that time. Now, let's see, WB6JNN, try 1, K6MYC.
K6MYC, WB6JNN, Willie Baker 6, Japan, Norway, 285, 285, hopefully they'll peak up on me, WB6JNN.
I had to move the antenna back, but I've got you. Q5, not real strong, but Q5. Jim, good evening to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're about S8. You've been up to 9 and down to 7 or so, and so fairly decent night tonight. Anyway, nothing particular here. Just paying some bills. Late. Got confused with dates here. WB6JNN.
Okay. Very good. Well, thanks so much. Thanks much for checking in, Jim. Probably not much from anybody, because this has been kind of an in-between week, getting ready for Christmas there. Hi. 7-3, and we'll see you Sunday night, maybe. Now, let's see. Over to you, Brett. Hang on a second. Jim will be right with you. N5NPD, go ahead, K6MYC.
Good evening, Mike, and Judy, if she's in the shack there with you, N5NPD 1129. Yeah, enjoy your dinner there. We just had some here. The youngest daughter is 26 today, so we had a tri-tip and twice-baked potatoes and salad. So I already ate, so I'm almost ready to go hit the snooze there. So anyhow, I'll say 73s to you, and thanks for picking me up tonight. And I'll be around for Christmas, but in case something happens, Merry Christmas to everyone. K6MYC N5NPD.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday night, and then perhaps Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Well, I won't see you Christmas Eve, because that's 1296, but we'll see you maybe Christmas Day there if you can make it. Good evening to you, Brett. Thank you. And go sleep well. W6PQL, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jim.
All righty. Yeah, golf day today. We played a different course. It's a much longer course, and I walked the whole thing instead of riding a golf cart. So I'm a little bit sore. I'm a little bit out of shape on the walking. I haven't done that for a little while. But I need to get back to it. It's the only exercise I really get right now. Don't ask me about my score. It wasn't good. I don't like to brag about the bad scores. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Was it a good score or a poor score?
It was a poor score.
Oh, well, we don't want to talk about those.
I already forgot about it.
I know. I didn't remember either. Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm glad you got out anyway. Was it sunny up there, or what was your weather like?
Yeah, we got lucky. There wasn't any wind today, no rain. It was a very soggy course, though. It doesn't drain well. I played down at San Jose Muni, and, you know, that's all clay underneath about 6 inches to a foot of sod, so it just doesn't drain. So the water stays there a long time. We haven't had any rain since Friday night, but still like walking on a sponge out there.
Yeah. Well, hope you had your galoshes on. playing galoshes in golf. That's playing golf in galoshes is not the best, is it? Okay. Well, let's see. We've got a pretty good selection. We're not going to hear Ed in here tonight. I've been hesitant to ask Mike or Ed if he's happy with the results of the election, being fair and honest this time for a change. And I didn't want to say any more than that to him, but I thought I'd chide him with that one. It was a pretty decent election for the most part in terms of the president. Some of the stuff that's going on in Arizona and California has not been real good. Had 300,000 extra votes in Orange County than they had people to vote. That's kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah, but not surprising.
Well, anyway. All right, let's see, who else do we have? I haven't heard Russ for a week or two. He was in here every night for a while. Now he's gotten quiet again. Must have a new girlfriend or something. K6MYC clear with W6PQL in the Bay Area, still pointed at the Bay Area. And looking for any last-minute check-ins here. K6MYC standing by. Okay, I haven't heard Gary. KE6QR, maybe I'll go up a little bit north and get him. KE6QR or anybody else up that way? K6MYC, anybody? Okay, I'm going to need help with that one. Can you try it again, please? Try it again. I heard somebody come in there, but I didn't get the call. Try it again, please. Call again, over. Did anybody else hear that voice? Wow. I know I didn't dream it. Okay, well, maybe he'll come in as I go more north here.
I might have heard it too, Mike, but I had no idea who it was. K6USY.
Yeah, they got to come back with a little more verve and more punch than that and repeat themselves. Maybe he's not hearing me well enough to know that I asked him to repeat.
Or something broke.
URZ again, K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming toward middle of the San Joaquin Valley, up north, Oakley and not Vandenberg, but forgot the name of the place that OMF used to live in. Anyway, they're not going to come back, so I'm going to go right into Sacramento and see what we get up that way. Here we are beaming towards Sacramento. Let's see if we can hear the big 8-watt station up there in West Sacramento. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, over.
How about a W6 ISO?
We hear you, Dennis. I've got you checked in already, but good to hear you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to look back in. I just waited to listen to you. Well, good conditions tonight. Very, very good conditions. I just wanted to stay in long enough to say hello and give you an early Merry Christmas to you and to Judy. Judy, are you okay?
She's fine, but she's in the other room. We're eating a late dinner here. Over.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. I think you got a good idea. I think I might just go partake in some dinner myself.
Okay. I take it you have no check-ins?
No check-ins at all. I've been sitting here just listening along and just really appreciating the very, very good conditions. And I think you said you would be on, was it New Year's, Christmas? I don't know. I'll be around, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying to do is get rid of the ticking from Beale. Beale is knocking the heck out of me here, but the noise breaker takes the short pulses out, but doesn't take the long ones. Apparently they have long and short pulses from Beale, over.
No, yeah. It's been going pretty good up there and getting a little bit noisy. Stay around down there, and we'll catch you the next trip around. WB6 ISO.
Okay, 7-3, Dennis. We'll see you Sunday night.
Oh, God, I'm trying to remember where it was, Bakersfield or whatever town. He was really, really loud up this way.
Bill.
Yeah, he was knocking the plaster off the walls. He was coming in here really good.
Yeah, he's right in the middle of the valley in Visalia there, and he's got a straight shot up your way. And you get into that inversion or whatever goes on in the valley, and it could just propagate forever. Over.
Oh, yeah. No, he was coming in here really, really good. Matter of fact, you were, too. You're doing a very good, nice job. Yeah, you're way up there. I hate this radio. I'll be honest with you. This 910. It's a nice radio, but I don't like the meter system. I like the old-style meter. This graphic bar thing, you got all of it, but whatever that represents, you have it.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Well, thanks for checking in and hanging around here. And you did not have any check-in, so apparently I don't know what happened to the folks from Clear Lake tonight. They do have this band. I know Dave's got the band, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he certainly did. I just didn't go up there. The only other person I talked to earlier was Paul, but I didn't even go up toward the Clear Lake area, so I'm guilty.
Okay, well, they may have tried to call in, but I had some voice that came out of the noise generally in that direction. But I asked for a repeat, and we never got it, and nobody else heard it except one other person that heard it on my station here on the stream. So I wasn't dreaming.
No, you were not dreaming. I heard the station up here as well, and I moved the antenna around. By the time I moved the antenna around to find out who it was, they never did come back. So I have no clue. I have no clue at all. So let's see if Bill, KO6KD, he must be over there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
There you are, Bill. I want to say good evening to you before I leave, and a Merry Christmas to you as well, buddy. Over.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Merry Christmas to you and your family over there as well. Hope you're getting together, and we're going to be having a nice time. So, anyway, thank you very much, and you take care and stay warm.
Okay, you do the same thing there. I'll get out of the way so you get officially get checked in with that big Bozo station down there in Fresno. You know who that one is, don't you?
No. Who are you talking about?
Oh, the big Kahuna, the big Bozo down there.
The big Kahuna. Okay, all right, I got it.
I think he goes by the name of Mike.
Oh, I know several of them. I'm talking into one right now.
Well, we have a little bit of all. It's got to be a little bit of a bozo. All right, take care. WB6ISO 73 and all. Have a very nice Christmas.
73, Dennis.
Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Mike. Dennis is hearing you so well, but you're very weak to me. I'm surprised you're hearing me at all. Over.
Oh, we got good copy on you. I don't know why we would be weak. That's 800 watts there.
Yeah, well, the meter may say one thing, but it's different on this end. That last time, though, you popped up to an S5, so you came up quite a bit on my end. But initially, it was weak. So anyway, I did not hear you this morning. I was out there. Phil came by at 8 o'clock, and we are a little bit after. We chatted on 40, and then Bob came by and chatted for a little bit, and then he went up to 20, and I don't know. Eventually about 9 o'clock or so, I dropped in on 20 meters and listened for a few minutes, but never heard you. Did you check in this morning up there at all?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Well, Phil and I had a terrific conversation. Bob, like I said, he's always looking for the exit sign, and so when it starts to flash, then that's when it's time to go. And so he was up on 20 and found apparently something that he wanted to talk about with those guys. So at any rate, I listened for a couple minutes and said, yep, that's enough for me, and I left. Did you say anything to Bob about what happened with the text messaging thing?
Yeah, I gave him an update. He's had similar things, not quite as radical. Over.
Did you say it over the air, or was it on a private conversation on a phone call?
Yeah, no, I had Bob call me.
Okay, good, because I was watching the SDR to make sure that Billy was not listening on the SDR when I mentioned it to Bob, and he said that he had already heard all about it. So, okay, so as far as we know, none of this has gotten back overseas. So he's perfectly content with the way the dog is lying at this point, and I'm going to leave it that way. So anyway, very good. And that's all I was asking. But Phil and I had a great conversation, and we'll probably be out there tomorrow on 40 and have our conversation again. But at any rate, very well. I'll get out of the way. I know John is waiting in the wings patiently, so I'll get out of the way and let you move on. Go ahead and check me in KO6KD number 776, and I'll get out of the way.
Okay, very good. Well, we had a rough night. So we just slept in. About midnight, Judy woke up and said she was really hungry, and she was going to go have a banana and a peanut butter sandwich. And I said, well, have a peanut butter sandwich on me, too. But she never brought me mine. Then about 2 o'clock, she started to jerk and get very uncomfortable, and she had leg cramps out of nowhere in her upper shin area. The front of her shin muscles just cramped up terrible, and she could hardly walk. And that kept her awake for a while. And in the meantime, I was having a rough night because I had my legs were jerking. I had one leg that just was jerking on me, like I had too much sugar, but I didn't eat any sugar before I went to bed, so I don't know what started that. So basically, when morning came, we were exhausted over.
Yeah, it sounds like both of you were running your own little private marathon in bed. Well, you know, there is something as far as leg cramps that if you go to the store and you get tonic water, and look on it, it'll usually say that it has quinine in the tonic water. You'll mix that with like cranberry juice cocktail or something like that. The quinine will stop the leg cramps if you're having a problem with that. Over.
Oh, that's good to know. I don't know if she has tried the quinine, but we could certainly get some Schweppes quinine water, and we also could mix it with some cranberry juice. That wouldn't be bad. Over.
Yeah, either that Schweppes or Canada Dry. Both of them have a good dose of quinine. That was something my our doctor, years ago prescribed for my mother, but she never liked the taste of it, and I don't know. I guess they just found other ways of getting around it. But that's something that's over the counter. You can look into it and double check what I'm saying before you try it. But at any rate, okay. Well, I don't want to keep you. There's other people out here waiting, so I'll say 7-3 for now, and perhaps we'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay, I have not heard Darren. I did call Darren. Do you know if Darren is on here? Over.
No, I have not heard him this evening at all. So you might ask John. He's been out there a little longer than I have. So on the 2-meter simplex channel, but I have not heard Darren. Over.
Okay, and I'll try Darren one more time here, and then we'll see if John has heard him. KJ6KFB, Darren, I wonder if you're in there tonight with your smashing 8 watts K6MYC.
Yeah, I'll towards you in a second there, John.
Yeah, I'll get there. KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Over, Darren. Oh, Darren. Maybe he'll come in at the end of this. So let me go up and John, make a transmission. I'll come up on your heading. Over.
Yeah, John, make a long transmission and he'll zoom in on you.
I heard just one word from him. He's super weak. can hear you fine. I just don't hear John. There's maybe something wrong there. Maybe he's not pointed this way or something. I couldn't hear a trace of him that time. KR6MR, let me give you a signal. KR6MR, KR6MR. I should be north enough to get you, John. I might not be perfect, but I should be awful close. KR6MR. I did not hear him last night either, Bill. He was not there last night, which was kind of weird. So 2 meters he was missing also for me. We gave him lots of time to come in. KR6MR, KR6MR, K6MYC, calling and listening. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, Mike. I can hear you now. KR6MR, Bozo 759. No, I was not available last night. I ended up going down to Sunnyvale. I didn't get home till 8 o'clock at night, and I was really tired, didn't want to do anything. Over.
Yeah, no problem. I figured you were gone. There's no, when I don't hear you at all, I know that on all the other bands at least, you're just not there. But it's a rarity. You're mostly home. Good signal here. You're not very strong, but you're very steady. Very steady. And once I heard you and you were Q5, I didn't touch the antenna. I might be able to get a little more out of it. But anyway, good to hear you. And thanks for the explanation. I'm really glad I did not hear you last night. When I hear stuff that I couldn't have heard, then I start to doubt my veracity here. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, I left Sunnyvale at 2:45 in the afternoon, and I didn't get home till almost 8 o'clock. So, and that was way too long of a drive. Too slow, I should say.
Was that heavy traffic?
Oh, yeah, usually it's less than 3 hours for the trip.
Yeah, but the traffic was heavy, or what was wrong?
Heavy traffic and road work. They had part of Highway 680, 2 lanes shut down for maintenance all day, and it must have been backed up for 30 miles.
Oh, great. Just what you needed. Okay, well, I'm sorry about the drive, but at least you made it home. And okay, I'm being too tired to get on. I don't blame you. Let you go for now. We'll check and see if there's anybody up there in Nevada. And we'll go with that, and we'll be done here. And I can get off here and finish up my dinner. We got dinner served to us, but I've been nibbling away at it in between conversations here. Not doing a very good job of either one tonight, John. 7-3, and we'll see you Sunday night, and I will be on for Christmas Eve. Of course, Christmas Eve is 1296. Lord willing, the conditions will be good, and we'll be able to wish you a Merry Christmas, and then we'll be on Christmas evening, Christmas Day evening as well. 7-3, KR6MR, K6MYC. Okay. Anybody else while I'm pointed this way? K6MYC Bozo Net, beaming towards Sacramento. Nothing heard. I wonder, I keep forgetting to ask Paul if he's heard anything about K1YQP. He's been very, very quiet for months and months and months. I hope he's not sick or something. I know he took a new job, but maybe he just moved and he hasn't gotten back on again. All right. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? K6MYC QRZ. Nothing heard? Here we are toward Nevada. How about you, Richard, with your smashing 8 watts? Maybe you can give me a little CW if nothing else. KD6BQ, Kilo Delta 6 Bravo, Quebec, K6MYC, calling and listening. Nothing heard at the moment. N7 Whiskey Tango, are you well enough to come back and get on the radio? N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Oh boy, nobody in Nevada tonight. I haven't heard Richard CW, and even with his 8 watts, sometimes I can hear him when I'm not quite pointed at him. So I don't think Richard made it to the shack this evening. KD6BQ 249, got it, solid copy. It's not roaring loud, but it's certainly good 100% copy on CW. Way good moonbound signal, over. Could you turn off my notch? I got him notched out here. Yeah, there you go. I would have copied all of that, Richard. Pretty good CW signal, but my notch was on, and I can't see to turn it off, so I had Aaron do it. Just give me a confirmation that you heard me. I heard you fine, but it was all clicks because the notch took out your tone, over. Okay, got it. Solid copy now, and he turned the notch off for me. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron can move the radio faster than I know even how to look at the damn thing, much less find the notch. I know it's in there somewhere. Thank you, Richard. Great to hear you. Pretty damn good signal. If it gets real loud for you, you might try a couple of words on sideband. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you Sunday night. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Roger, thank you. Thank you for being there. I wish there was others. I wish Larry would get well and get on here too. 73, Richard. Thanks for holding up your Nevada end of the bargain here. Hi. KED6BQ in Wassa Valley, Nevada. DMO9 K6MYC 73. Did I hear I guess you said no N7WT. I heard N7WT. Maybe I wasn't copying well enough. Is N7WT on frequency here, Richard? Over.
Roger.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead, N7WT. I'll put you in here. 657. Go ahead, Larry. I don't hear anything from Larry, but I got him checked in. Who said Roger? Was that you, Richard? Yeah, I don't know why with your signal so strong with 8 watts, I can't hear Larry at all. I just don't hear anything from Larry. That's really weird. And let me call him again. I got him checked in, so he is checked in, but I'd like to hear him. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. Merry Christmas, Larry. K6MYC. Over.
756 is in there, Mike.
Oh, is that okay, Darren? I got Darren. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll probably have to hit him on the way back to the Bay Area. K6USY.
Did he check in on the chat room?
No, I can hear him in the background.
Okay, now I hear you, Darren. I was listening for Larry. Now I hear you there. KJ6KFB, we got your 756 from your smashing 8 watts. Thank you, Darren. Thank you very much for checking in. Merry Christmas. KJ6KFB, we'll see you Sunday night. K6MYC. Over. 7WT, I'm hearing your CW now, Larry. I hear your CW. I just was waiting for your phone, but apparently it's too weak. Thank you for the CW call in, Larry. And 7WT, K6MYC, over. I'm not getting a Roger from him. Apparently he's not hearing me very well, Richard. Tell him he's logged in and I'm copying his CW, over. 73's all. Merry Christmas. I'm going back for Darren there. I'll go back to Sacramento area for Darren. Here we go to Darren. Coming your way, Darren. Here we go. There we go. That should be pretty close. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, over. Maybe we're hearing you better toward Nevada. You were Q5 up that way. I probably shouldn't have moved the antenna. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard, so there you go. I'll go back to the Bay Area for late checks or missed. I think that's about it, Rob. KM6SRR and K6USY and WA6OIB, K6MYC. Back to the Bay Area.
Okay, Mike, we got 27 so far. Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Mike, how much power was Darren running? Did you say he was only running 8 watts? Because occasionally I could hear him.
Yeah, 8 watts.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we'll partially blame it on band conditions, but I think having the antenna up just a little bit higher made a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm sorry. He's not running 8 watts. He's running 20. He's running 20 watts on this band. On 220. On 222, he only has 6 to 8 watts, over.
Roger.
So he has a smashing 20 here.
What did somebody steal all of his power?
Well, he's got one of those Ukrainian transverters on 222, I think. And they only make 5 to 6 watts, but linearity.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. It's one of the reasons why they're only like $150 on eBay. I looked at them and it just went, no, I want more power.
Yeah. Well, they're all right, but you got to add your power to it later. Anyway, but he has 20 watts on 432, and I don't know what the transverter or transceiver is there. But he does pretty good on 432, all things considered. I can't figure out why I kept hearing N7WT on CW. That just didn't sound like his fist, over. Did you copy it, or do you read CW?
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to tell you, because I just hear that it's in there.
Oh, do you read CW?
No, sir.
Oh, well, then you wouldn't have recognized it. No, I heard N7WT several times, but normally he sends his Bozo number after his call. And maybe he did, but maybe I just didn't catch those pieces. But he never responded to me when I called him, so... he's got some problem with the system. He usually can make about 300 or 400 watts if everything's working right on 432.
Right, yeah. So you also got to remember, I'm one of those people that upgraded to general like 2 weeks after they dropped the Morse code requirement in 2007. So I've never been required to do it.
Well, I won't blame you. You got other things to do, and you probably could do CW if you wanted to, but you got so many other things that you're skilled at. Don't worry about it. It's just I happened to grow up with it. You know, I was doing CW in 1950. Let's see, 57. Yeah, I got 56, 57 when I got my novice license. I walked down the street to an old man that was a ham, and saw his antennas and told him I was interested in getting my license. He said, well, I can give you your test if you get the paperwork from FCC. I can give you your novice test. He couldn't give me any other test, but at that time you could, the generals and advanced classes extra classes could give the novice test. So he gave me the novice test, and I hadn't practiced sending it. I was kind of poor sending it, but I copied okay. He said, well, practice up on your sending. I'm going to pass you. You're doing fine. But it's easier to send than it is to receive anyway. So I got my license from him. That was fun. All right. Take care. And we'll see you guys subsequently here. And hopefully it'll be a little nice. We're supposed to be up to 70 degrees here tomorrow, so we're looking forward to a little bit nicer weather to be outside and doing some outside work. Judy just walked in. She says,
hi, who am I talking to, and Merry Christmas?
Aaron and Rob.
Oh, Aaron and Rob, especially you guys.
Don't forget Ken.
Ken's here. I'm sorry. I thought you were. Every now and then, Ken, I forget that it's not on 6 meters, and you're always gone toward the end of the meeting. Over.
Yeah, that's true. WA60IB here. What's tomorrow look like for you? Are you interested in going in? Into the shop?
I haven't even talked to Matt about it, but let me take a minute just to talk to the guys here for a minute. I'll be right back, okay?
Hi, Ken.
How you doing over there, Aaron?
Oh, doing pretty good. So, yeah, enjoying that my 432 loops are up a little bit higher, and I can hear a couple more people. It's been interesting tonight.
Well, I've been here the whole time, and I got it that you got it up once you get your 220s. You get your 220s shoved in the middle there, and up pops the 432s.
Yeah, it was the only place to put it.
Well, that's a good idea. You're doing good. Yeah, it paid off, I think.
Yeah, it's the downside to having 8 antennas within like 5 feet of each other. I got to get creative. I think I might be able to shove a 900 meg Yagi up there and point it east or something, and that's probably going to be the last thing I might stick up there.
Quick break. Ken, I think if anything, we'll ride in with Matt. I got to check with him on his timing. So let's just do it that way. If we ride in with him, then when you leave and we're done with lunch, maybe you can run us home, huh?
Well, that would work too. Yeah, whatever's best for you guys. I just want to help out, make sure you're down there. So, okay, very good. Well, I'll get on inside and get the rest of the evening's activities going. So, played Santa. I was all over the place today, and went up to the hospital for a while too to see my brother and my nieces and whatnot. So, it was a full day. WA60IB. We'll see you guys later.
And I wish you and your family, Ken, a very nice Christmas and a busy time for you, I hear.
Well, what isn't? It's always busy. That's my own fault. But that's the way it goes. It's great to hear you there, Judy. You have a good one too, and we're going to see you tomorrow.
Well, might happen. Who knows? We'll see how we do. Last night we had a real rough night, and it was hard to even get up at 10. But tonight should be fine. We've got fixes for all those things that went wrong last night. See you later, guys. 7-3 Rob, 7-3 Aaron, and Ken, and we'll see you tomorrow, perhaps, Ken. WA60IB in the group, K6MYC, clear and listening out.
Okay, very good. Well, good evening to you all, and see you later. WA60IB, Northern Clovis.
Good night, Ken. WA6IB, KM6SR. And good night, Judy and Mike, K6NYC, KM6SR. Good night.
That's Rob. Good night, Rob.
Yeah, good night, Rob.
Good night, Ken.
Good night, Mr. Aaron.
Mr. Lusk.
Oh, that's my dad.
Right. His dad and I used to eat dinner together once a month for many years. Oh, wait a minute. That was your grandpa, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was probably my grandfather, who got the same name as my dad. My dad's a third, and my grandmother was very disappointed when I wasn't the fourth.
Well, somebody goofed up there, huh? That's right. I used to have dinner with his grandfather. That's right, for many years. Yeah, we enjoyed each other's company for a long time. That was before I even knew Aaron. W860IB.
Good night, Rob.
Good night, Mike. KM6SR.
Boy, those oak logs really burn well, man. I put one on it this morning, and it was still going about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, I know. They're doing excellent. I've been trying to use up the pine wood, so you got to keep kind of putting those on. And they're a little too big, so I've been splitting them down a little. But it's easier to do it when they're already split. Over.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, use the oak for the overnighters. That's what I call them, the overnighters. The big oaks really last a long time.
Yep, yes they do. And I should have caught you before you split up a couple of those real solid ones. They'd work good as a kind of like a stand to split the other logs on.
Well, you're right about that. They do. I have more of those. We can make more of those. I have one on the patio, I think.
I don't want to take one you got used already, but there may be more out there, so we'll keep our eyes open for them. But where I split them now, they're on a bunch of bark and stuff, and they just sponge up, and you don't get much out of your split.
Yeah, I got it. All right, guys, good night. We'll see you subsequently, one way or the other here.
That was almost a perfect double. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I was just saying, Mike, I have 27. What did you get?
Well, let Judy count them here. The last one's over in the right-hand column.
You know, I might have missed Lee. Was he in there tonight?
No, Lee wasn't.
Okay, that's why I missed him. Good.
I'm going to do a quick shout-out here real quick. My buddy from Alaska is listening. So, hello, WL7CW from K6USY DMO6.
There you go. We got 26, Rob.
Okay. Hey, can we write down Aaron's friend? Does that count?
No. He needs a bigger antenna to get down here.
Okay. Don't take much time to think about that one, do you?
No, but yeah, so WL7CW, he's from Alaska, but he lived down here when he was in college, and we used to be on 2-meter simplex till like 2 in the morning chatting. But yeah, now he's back up in Alaska, so he ended up dropping in on the stream, so it was pretty funny. But yeah, Charles, you need a bigger tower and antenna and a ton of power, and I don't know, you might have to bounce it off the moon.
We still count 26, Rob. Which one do you have that we don't have? Tell me.
Well, I don't know. I guess I could have a double somewhere, but I don't think so. Let me look it over.
You didn't put down KB6RQU, did you?
Nope.
Oh dear, my buddy is saying it's 0 degrees at his house in Fairbanks.
Oh, wow, that's Zori weather. Shorts and Zoris, T-shirts. Do they call them Zoris anymore, or is it flip-flops?
Oh, it's probably flip-flops, well, at least here in California. But Yeah, he was very jealous when I sent him a picture of me being up on the roof this weekend, and it was, 60 degrees and sunny on Sunday.
And you weren't standing ankle deep in snow, huh?
Or ice.
Well, I've sorted them all out, Mike, and I do have 27, so I'm not sure which one you missed there. We had Jim in here, right? PQL?
Yeah, I got PQL. I got Tom. Well, let's just... Maybe I missed somebody at the beginning here.
There's no 752 here.
Not 752. I'll let Judy read the list, 5 names at a time, okay? 5 numbers at a time.
Okay. You want me?
Okay, 5 at a time.
Go ahead.
1079, 1100, 107, 1009, 971.
Okay, go ahead.
800, 1040, 432, 727, check.
Okay, go ahead.
86, 712, 835, and 107, check.
Well, 107, you got in there twice now.
You're right. We got 25 then.
Keep reading after that.
Okay. 226, 610, 637, 1090, check.
Okay, Roger. I think you missed Fred, 507.
You're right. 507 I don't see yet.
I wrote 107 instead of 507. That's 107 up here should be 507.
Okay.
Change that to a 507.
Okay, I got to write this down. Okay, hold on. Okay, after 1090, I have 775, 285, 1296, 776, check.
Okay, there's your second one. Just before 775 should be Brett, 1129. Over.
I've got 1129, 775, 285, 1296. I think we're good now. 776, 759, 249, 657.
Roger, and the last one is 756.
Correct, and I added 47 then too. Okay, we're good. I think that's 27 now. Yes. Okay, we got a good one going. You have a good night, mister, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Judy. Yeah, don't leave out that 47. That guy can get ornery if he is not recognized. Over.
Yeah, that's for sure. I forgot to write Brett down. I remember getting him in there, but I got 4 at the same time, and I just didn't write 1134 down, 1129. I thought I wrote it down, but I guess I didn't.
That's okay. For all you do, remember, one mistake won't hurt anything.
We're we're covered. We're running on the same numbers now. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for making us do that.
Okay. Well, I send you the list. You can always figure it out later on, too. Anyway, it's more fun to do it on the radio. Well, say good night, you guys. K6NYC, KM6SR.
Good night, Rob. Good night, everybody. K6NYC. This time for sure. For sure. Bye.
All right, good night, guys, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Aaron. Heard your echo there on the radio. 73 is K6USY, KM6SR.
Yeah, I can probably make it worse here. Let's see here. If I turn the speaker up. There you go. Yep. And then we can just keep going and going. Oh man, I got too much audio and too many things coming from multiple directions.
Yep, roger on that. If I turn it on here, I have such a later delay, we'd have a third thing in there, third harmonic, over.
Yeah, fortunately my delay is only about half a second, so it's not completely terrible, and I can usually kind of ignore it. You know, I can hear myself coming through the speaker right now, but yeah, when the 4-second delay on YouTube would completely throw me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. That's why I don't run it unless I'm not listening to Mike, over.
Oh, very good. Well, hey, now that we have the map on there, you can always, run it and just leave it muted. So, but we'll get that other computer fixed, and we'll be able to run the map every night. So, okay, we're gonna let everybody go on YouTube. So, good night to all those people. I'm clicking the button.